Hey guys, it's Tim. So today I'm going to show you how to fit all of this stuff in this tiny little pack while my girlfriend eats rice.
Okay, do it.
Okay, what?
Do your stuff.
Do my stuff?
Yeah.
Alright. So, the reason that I wanted to go ahead and make this video was because when I was originally looking at this pack, it was my first ultralight pack. I wasn't really sure if all of the gear that I had was actually going to be able to fit inside of it, especially my gear that was designed for sort of like 3 to 4 season, early winter, that kind of deal, the bulkier stuff. I wasn't quite sure if I'd be able to actually mash it all in. I couldn't find any resources online at the time that actually showed, packing, anything like that. And thought that it would be helpful for anybody who's potentially looking at purchasing this pack in the future. Anyway, so why don't I run through what actually goes inside of it, and we'll kind of take it from there. So let's go through and show you guys everything that can fit in here. I would say that this is pretty much the max for what you can fit in this pack, but I'll go through it sort of one by one. Again, this is like a 3 to 4 season kit. This will get you down to, the mid-teens, that kind of deal. Full disclosure, I did end up investing in an Exodus so that I didn't have to jam everything in here like I am right now, but it will definitely work in the burn. If you're looking just to make, one purchase for one pack, you can fit a ton of stuff in here. So let's go through it sort of one at a time. We have the Montbell Down Hunger 800 number 0. So this is the 0 degree bag. It's huge. It's super duper fluffy. Really, in most cases, nobody ever needs a bag that's honestly this warm. But again, for the sake of example, we'll use it here. Then we have a Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm. So again, this is the really, really warm one that they make. This one is relatively heavy. I want to say it comes in at like 14 or 15 ounces or something like that. If we wanted to get even warmer, we'll put in a liner as well. So this is a Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme. So that's another 15 degrees, which would bring this whole setup down to minus 15. Again, nobody is going to need that, but we're trying to figure out how much we can actually cram into this pack and how much it'll actually take. So moving on from there, we have a pillow. This is a Mountain Laurel Designs DCF pillow. You shove clothes in it, whatever. It's just a stuff sack, but it's got a zipper on it, so it's a little bit nicer. We got a DCF Duo Mid right here. So I'll be honest, when it comes to volume, if you're looking to basically save the most amount of space possible, DCF is not going to be the way to go. I know it's contrary to popular opinion, but honestly, sil nylon takes up way less space. It is a little bit heavier, but you can mash it in way easier. Moving on, we have an adjustable pull for the mid. This is from Rotolacura, and then I have a Z-Pax DCF bag for it. Really no other reason other than just, it looks cool. Really, you could just shove it in the side of the pack if you really wanted to. Moving on, we have our stakes. I have 5 Eastons here. You really only need 4 for the mid to stake out the 4 corners. I take another one just in case I bend one. And then I have a whole bunch of shepherd hooks, titanium shepherd hooks that is. Those are used for staking out the sort of the less load-bearing parts of the tent. I also use them for the bathtub floor. Those guys are in a DCF stuff sack as well. But yeah, this is a DCF stuff sack, or I'm sorry, excuse me, a DCF bathtub floor from Mountain Laurel Designs. Keeps me dry in the event that my campsite floods out, which has happened on more than one occasion. So I'm always glad to have it. Tyvek ground sheet. I know I'm using a bathtub. I probably don't need a ground sheet, but honestly, I camp a lot on top of a lot of pine needles, rocks. There's occasionally broken glass depending on where you're camping at, and I don't want to shred my expensive DCF, so I take that with me as well. Pretty light, waterproof, and basically indestructible. So now that we've gotten through our sleep system as well as our shelter system, I'll get down into the clothing that I'll be packing. Clothing that I wear is over there. I guess I'm cheating, I'm leaving it out. That'll be a little bit separate here. But this is the stuff that actually goes inside of the pack. So we have a Mont Belt base layer. This is the heaviest one that they have, again, for the sake of example, to show how much stuff you can actually get in here. These are the expedition weight top and bottom. This is the zipper top. Z-Packs beanie, which everybody seems to love. It's incredible. It's super cozy. Absolutely love it. Mont Bell down gloves, or excuse me, wool gloves. I have an extra pair of ex officio boxers. Mont Bell puffy. I'm not quite sure which one this is. Same with my Mont Bell rain jacket. I forget what exact the model is. I'll try to find it and post a link for you guys. Sunglasses. These are knockarounds, which are great. You can beat the crap out of them, and they're only like $10. And if you lose them, you can always buy another pair. I'm not saying to litter, but you know. This is the pack liner that all of it actually goes in. Then we have my ass pad. Moving on to food and cooking, we have roughly 2 to 3 days worth of food. Again, just for the sake of example here, that's all in a Z-Packs food bag. I have a small Nalgene that I like to use for olive oil, 30 feet or so of Lashit that I use for bear bagging, alcohol bottle for my stove. I have the little pouch thingy that I put my food in to rehydrate it, so that I keep my pot clean. It's a 600 milliliter, I believe, Evernew titanium pot. Sea to Summit cup. This is a Gossamer Gear bamboo spork, regular Bic lighter. And then over here we have the Trail Design stove that I use. I believe it's a Sidewinder tie-try. I have to double check for you. Along with the Kojin stove that goes along with it. 2 water bottles. And down here I have my Ditty bag. So in here is a small repair kit, first aid kit. I take a compass with me. Honestly, I've never used it. The trails around here are just so well marked, but I don't want to be that guy that gets lost and has to tell people that he didn't even have a compass with him. So I do take it with me. A small Gerber pocket knife, headphones, charging cable, 10,000 milliamp Anker battery pack, lip balm, Petzl Zipka, and then that's all in a small Mountain Laurel Designs dry bag. Hand sanitizer, toilet paper, trowel, again in a small DCF stuff sack, not a dry bag this time around, just because it's probably gonna get wet with rain and stuff like that from taking it out outside. And then my water filter, Knock 2-liter bladder for filtering water, again in another DCF stuff sack. Honestly, normally I would just shove this in my pack. I wouldn't put it in the stuff sack, but again, for the sake of just cramming as much in this bag as possible, I'll include it here. Small wallet. It's just a Z-Packs small stuff sack. Credit cards, keys. These are actually gift cards. I'm recording in 4K. Didn't want you guys to see my credit card numbers. So there you have it. Pack towel. And then moving on to the clothes that I would normally take with me. Ultra Lone Peak 4.0s. Those are great for sort of like the colder temperatures because they have a thicker sole. They keep my foot a little bit warmer. I also have a pair of Ultra Superiors, which I totally love. But again, the Lone Peaks are better for the colder months. There's a million videos online about how great the Lone Peaks are, so feel free to check those out. Regular baseball cap, Patagonia Capilene t-shirt, Patagonia R1 hoodie. These are Lululemon boxer briefs. Honestly, my girlfriend bought them for me for Christmas. She was super stoked that I was putting them in a video, and honestly, they're just super duper comfy. So yeah, there's that. We have Smart Wool socks. These are the mid-length ones that are just a little bit warmer. Normally during the summer, I wear ankle socks. Mont Bell pants, and then we have the pack itself down here in all of its glory. So move things around a bit just to make it a little bit more organized, and let's go ahead and get everything actually in the back here. So I'm going to go ahead and roll down the top just a little bit. Just makes it a little bit easier to get things in. First thing I'm going to grab is going to be my pack liner. Actually, I lied. First thing I grab is actually going to be my sleeping pad. It's going to be the back panel. I have seen all sorts of crazy ways that guys roll these up to make them fit on the back of their packs. I don't know why. If you just fold it a couple of times, it fits totally well. Not quite sure why it needs to be so elaborate, so I'm just going to go ahead, give that a few folds. Voila. It's going to go in the back here. Make sure that's lined up nice. Then I'm going to grab my ground sheet, my Tyvek. Guys going to go in there. Then the back liner. That right in. I'm going to roll that down a little bit too. It's just a little bit less length that you have to kind of be jamming in the sleeping bag, just makes it easier. Also, it rounds off the edge so that it doesn't get caught when you're actually trying to stuff stuff down in there, and it doesn't end up jamming the pack liner down along with all the stuff that you're trying to get. So it just helps to roll it down a little bit. From there on out, I'll grab whatever clothes I need. The stuff that I want to keep dry, obviously, it's going to be in the pack liner. And then I'm just going to use that to sort of square out the corners of the pack. The Burn does have square corners, which can be a little bit weird at first, especially if you use these in like stuff sacks that are round. It doesn't quite fit. But if you're doing everything loose, like I am, which maximizes space, it makes it fit just fine. So all my clothes, again, just make sure that we're filling in the corners and getting a nice space. And grab this guy, which is the sleeping bag liner. It's going to be very toasty. All that push down. Make sure that there's no extra space in there. Now for the fun part, which is the big puffy sleeping bag. Just give that a smush and give it a start. And then the trick here is as you're doing it, you gotta push all the way down. And make sure that you're filling everything in. If you only push it halfway, it's gonna end up compacting about halfway, and then you're not gonna be able to get it all the way in the bag. So you really gotta make sure that you're pushing it all the way down. Sort of mush that in, like so. You'll notice I'm not really using stuff sacks for the most part. I have a few to keep things organized on sort of the outside of my pack. But for the most part, everything's in here loose. That's to make sure that we don't have any dead space and we can fit the maximum amount of stuff in here. Pillow, could have put that on the bottom, it doesn't really make any difference, but we'll put it at the top. Puffy, gonna make sure that stays nice and dry too. That goes in. We got that all in. The nice thing about the MLD pack liners is they have these nice little clips, just like the backpacks do. Keeps everything lined up nice. Now we're just gonna compress the pack liner, just like a stuff sack. More. Put that guy up. of space. Sleeping bag and clothes come to about there. So I'll go ahead and grab food. And you don't want it to be in like a big ball or something like that. It's really hard for that shape to sort of fit and take up all the corners and stuff, so I keep it kind of flat. Put that along the back. Like so. So it's close to your back. It's got a nice center of gravity. Then grab our tent. And then I know everybody likes to fold their DCF. They don't want to crease it or whatever, but seriously, just jam this guy in so that it's filling up all the cracks. So that. Jacket go in here as well. This guy. So we got back towel and my bathtub. I can go in there too. And clip. So got that. When it's super stuffed, I like to roll it this way as opposed to this way. Just the compression straps work a little bit better. That doesn't make a big crease in the front of the bag. So just roll that down once. As you can see, that's pretty much at capacity, but this is a lot of stuff. So that's one. Go ahead and grab the other guy. Two. Got that. And then ass pad. Go right here. And then typically I try to keep as much stuff as possible on like in like the actual main pack body. I don't like a whole lot of stuff inside my pack. But this is a lot of things for a 38-liter pack, so a little bit needs to go on the outside. Get all that. Smush out the back panel just a little bit so it's a little bit more comfortable to wear. And cook kit. Front. Yeah, normally that would go in the main pack body, but I'm trying to get as much in here as possible. And then all of our pointy things go out here as well. So my stakes, my trowel, my spoon, and then my water filter, go up top so that I can get it throughout the day, plus my Ditty bag. Again, that would normally go in the main pack, but for the sake of what we're doing here, it needs to go outside. Sunglasses, and side can go temp pulse, water bottle, then fuel bottle will go with the water bottles. Alcohol likes to leak sometimes when you change elevation, so it's nice to keep it upright and outside the pack. And then the only addition that I made to this guy is just a shoulder pouch. This is a Z-Packs DCF shoulder pouch. I just like to have something to store my phone in, which would normally go in here, but I'm recording on it, plus my wallet. So that's going to go in there. Close that guy up. And we are good to go. As you can see, everything pretty close to a winter loadout. Honestly, it wouldn't be good for, if you're in, a major blizzard or something like that, you're gonna need more waterproof gear and things along those lines. But for anything around freezing or perhaps a little bit lower, you can still fit it all in this really tiny pack and make it work. So if it's a pack that you're considering and you're worried, you know, is it going to get you through sort of the colder months as well? Because you don't want to buy multiple packs or something like that. Trust me, it definitely will. You can get a lot of stuff in here. So thanks guys. If you have any questions, drop me a comment. And obviously feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks.